The environment, it's everything that surrounds us. It's right here, it's the ocean, it's everything, you know, on the surface of the planet.
What else do we recycle? Well, instead of having to go back and, you know, dig out more of the aluminum or and that kind of thing, it's better to just recycle it so we can use it over again and not have to do that.
I try to be aware of every drop of water that I use. And one of the things that I think about when I'm using water is when I'm out camping, I have like a gallon of water that I can use and nothing else. I have to think, well, if I only had this gallon of water and I kept it running, it would be gone.
Words are flying out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass their sleep away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jai Guru Deva. Nothing's gonna change my world. Nothing's gonna change my world.
I've driven a lot by the reservoir in San Luis Reservoir over the Pacheco Pass, and you just look at it every time it's lower and lower, and you know that even though you're using a little bit of it, multiplied again by everybody that's using it, just saving a little bit really helps.
I think our society throws away. It's a throwaway society.
We have to get away from using virgin materials, and materials can be used over and over again. That's great. You know, we should use it as much as we can so we can limit materials going to landfills.
Sometimes I think about whether or not recycling is necessary, actually.
Just trying to save what we have now and what is left for the future, and to recycle as much as we can to save our resources, because they're limited and they're not renewable, at least for the next several million years. And we don't have that much left, so I think if we conserve it as much as we can, we'd have enough to save for future generations.
The meaning of recycling is getting involved in the community, making a difference about the environment, trying to take some personal responsibility for what's going on around you.
Yeah, definitely something I do.
No. I recycle, not 100%, but I recycle some things, yes.
Well, for me, honestly, it's tough, because I think just from day one, living in this country, having enough of anything and everything, I'm usually very ignorant of the fact that there is a sense of a real depletion. We don't see that around me. I mean, this campus is so secluded. and a lot of construction going on. The resources seem abundant everywhere. And so for me, really making an effort to be conserving energy is sort of a mental, I really need to put myself to it.
Well, at the beginning, to be honest with you, at the beginning of the year, we didn't, we weren't real up on it. But slowly but surely, we came around to the understanding that, we had to do our part. And if everyone contributed, then it would have a larger, greater effect overall. So yeah, we took our part and started doing it pretty regularly and faithfully.
My roommate and I have like a little recycling center in the corner of our room, and I recycle every piece of paper I keep in a paper bag, and so we keep all of our glass in there, and I bring everything to the College 8 recycling, like the glass and the aluminum, and I bring my paper to Porter or Oaks College, and that's how I recycle.
Yes, I do recycle. I recycle Domino's pizza boxes by the thousands, and I recycle, what else? I recycle tin cans, all my mug root beer that I drank, howdy. And I also recycle newspaper. I just took out 50 pounds of newspaper today and put it into tin cans, basically.
Yes, yeah. I try to recycle as much as I can. So, and it's pretty accessible too. They have a bin for us to put our stuff, so it's not like we have to go out of our way to recycle.
If I don't see signs that remind me, saying recycle, then I probably will just throw it away. It's not that I don't want to recycle, but it's not like I'm conscious to say, I have to, have this can and save it or, whatever. Usually I just throw it away, and if it says save cans, then I probably would put it in one of those little disposal things.
Yeah, if it's convenient. A lot of recycling is done through convenience.
Yeah.
I bet you I have at least two cans in my backpack that I wasn't able to dump all the water out, but I didn't feel like throwing them in the trash. I put them in my backpack.
This morning there were bottles and cans all over my room, and my roommate was going to throw them away, but I, put them in the recycling bin.
I was sort of appalled at how some of my friends down there didn't recycle their cans. They just throw them away in the garbage can without even thinking about it.
I think they should put an individual deposit on aluminium cans. It'll encourage more collection. I've seen it happen I'm from Australia. I've seen it happen there. There's quite a high deposit on aluminium cans. Consequently, unemployed people can make quite a lot of money simply by going around and collecting the cans. Might look ugly, but it cleans up all the cans. That's for sure.
I help out every Sunday morning with the recycling program here at College 8.
I think it's really good that they have the groups here that do it every Sunday morning. I think I pick a better day so that more people will be able to join in if nobody's awake on Sunday morning.
It's just, it has to be done. And if I don't do it, who else will? We had 10 people doing this. It only takes an hour maybe. If you have 3 people, it takes a couple hours.
Get your job done. I'll work. I'll work. Baby, I'll work.
Well, the water situation here in Santa Cruz is definitely a tricky situation because there's not that much water to go around.
It's not getting to the critical stages yet, we're starting to ration water, but I don't think it's getting to the critical stage yet. I don't think people have really felt it yet.
Everything around here is gray, and that's because we don't have enough water here. And I don't know, people just don't get it because, I guess when you're standing here and you look at the bay right behind us, it's kind of hard to think about there not being enough water, but there definitely isn't. Well, I brush my teeth and I leave it running sometimes. I try to turn it off when I think of it. I wash my face, I leave it running. I wash dishes, and I'm sort of mindful when I'm washing dishes, but most of the times I leave the water running.
Oh, water, definitely. That's one of my biggest things. When I went home, I told my parents, we're going to start like putting buckets in the showers. We take showers, we can save water to water the plants.
There's all kinds of things you can do. If you own a house, you can install an ultra-low flush toilet. You take shorter showers, reuse your water you use from like washing dishes and stuff for watering plants. There's just all kinds of things. Just being aware in general of when the water's on, when you're brushing your teeth or washing your car. Think about how you're using the water.
Even doing the dishes and stuff. My mom was over here, and I noticed whenever she rinsed the dishes, she just turned the water on, and she just on full blast. So when she was rinsing a plate, it would be on full blast. And I realized that we in our household had gotten in the habit of just letting it just drip a little bit when we had to rinse.
Just real basic stuff like that. And just trying to be aware, not flushing the toilet, that number.
That's one of the things I will not give up. I'm sorry. You have to flush the toilet when you finish with it. None of this conserving water. Flush the toilet.
Like in our house, we don't flush the toilet all the time. It's like if it's yellow, let it melt. But and actually, when you think of it, that saves a lot of water.
It's easier to think of it on an individual level, since we're all individuals making up the community, and I think that, if each person cuts back, and it's not so much, it's just like paying attention to like little details about your life.
I'd like to be able to be someone who internally has this, excuse the pun, but a wellspring of goodwill to have an effect or a positive effect on the environment.
It's an escape mode for me. I can go out into the woods or wherever and enjoy the environment.
I've never been into too much of the eco scene trip, but it's something you got to do because the environment, to put it simplistically, needs it.
Why? How can you not have time? Are you gonna have time later when you're this high in trash and the landfills are all filled up and they're dumping the trash or they're incinerating the trash or dumping in the ocean, and you don't have time to deal with it then?
Can't force people to do things, but I most strongly tell them about it.
It's something that everybody can do in their everyday lives to make a difference. Not all of us really have take the time or the energy to get really, really active in something. But recycling is something that you can make a part of your everyday life, and it doesn't really take any extra effort. It just takes being conscious about it and getting into certain habits.
It's just a matter of habit. So if you're lazy, you're used to all your old ways of not doing it, and that's the excuse you can use. But if you want to change your habit and start doing it, then you do it.
Why even recycle? Even though your part is a little part, you're one more person to add to the list who is recycling, and that'll really help out. And it's very simple to do. A couple cardboard boxes under the bed, and you separate it as you finish the product that you use. It's very, very easy. It doesn't take much time.